Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a couple weeks. I took some time off, but we're ready to get rolling. I'm going to be starting my series of the destinations, starting with the top destinations I recommend if you are looking to take that first solo trip. And I'm going to start with the good old USA. And the city that I'm going to be talking about today is the Big Apple. Yes, that's right. We're getting into everything you need to know about New York City. Let's get into it. Most people are going to be flying into JFK. There are other airports too, like Newark or LaGuardia, but I'm going to recommend JFK, and here's why. JFK is the largest airport, I would say the busiest. It's the one that I prefer when I am taking that journey overseas to Europe. I get a lot of good deals, and I just love JFK. It's one of my top US airports. As I've said before, always have your key documents close by so you're not reaching in and digging around for them. You want to make sure you have your passport. Those of you entering the US for the first time have your visa and have all of those documents readily available. Go through customs swiftly and be on your way. Now you're going to need to have your transportation arranged, if not already. I recommend that you are going to use the air train. The air train is budget friendly and it takes you right into the city. I like to do this every time, whether I'm going to be visiting the city or leaving New York to fly abroad. There are different transportation options. Some people want to take a taxi right into the city. That is going to be the most expensive. You also can use Uber or Lyft. And of course, you want to ride the subway. That's going to be, I think, one of the easiest options for me. I will talk to you later about how to ride the MTA. And tip number three for foreigners is to have your SIM card available. You might want to do an eSIM. It's already installed on your phone. That way you are able to connect and navigate because New York, it's kind of fast paced. The people are, I'm not going to say it's just fast paced. All right. So the people, they're busy, quick, trying to get to their destination. Now, if you do want to ask them a question, that's fine. They are usually helpful, but it's just real fast paced. So you don't want to be, oh, it's going to happen because there's so much going on in New York. It's just a busy, busy city. I love it so much. Those are the tips for the airport. My bonus one is to stop by TWA Hotel. It's right at the airport, I believe Terminal 5, and you can go through the red carpet and you can see how the old TWA used to look. Now, I don't know if you want to stay in the hotel, those prices are sky high, but it's cool just to walk around. If I have a layover in New York, I'm always going to chill in that lounge. They do have some loud music, y'all. It's that loud 60s. If you're a fan of that, go right on. But for me, I would have those noise canceling headphones. That music can be a bit much. But there's comfortable seating. You can also get snacks downstairs. I like to see the flight times changing really quickly. That's cool. And it's just a nice place. I have like a nice little set. It's giving Mad Men vibes, and it just takes you back to a different time where people like me would not be able to enter. But now things have changed. Anyways, so yeah, you go to TWA. You can even go outside and pose by the plane that they have there. And if you are going to stay at that hotel, I believe that their walls are soundproof, so you're not going to hear too much noise from planes and what have you. Let's get into where to stay. In Manhattan, most people, for the first time, that's where you want to go. And of course, I got you as far as hostels. In New York, it's going to be more pricey. You have uptown, you have downtown. I'm just gonna give you three that you can look up, and then if you want to stay in, one of the larger major hotels, that's fine too. Do you? Okay, I'm just giving you my recommendation. So number one is going to be the New York City Hostel High, capital HI, and that's going to give you good rates. It's right in the center. You're going to have everything you need. The location is perfect. Next one is Nap. Sorry. The next one is Nap York 24/7, and that's the sleep station. The prices are a little steep, over $80 for, I'm hoping, a private room. I have not stayed here, y'all. I'm just giving y'all some examples. Usually in New York, I just go in for the day. I'm either flying out or I just go back. Like, I have not stayed there in a while. I'm just giving y'all some tips, okay? And then I'm looking at New York Moore Hostel, and that seems to be the lowest one that I found on Google. But can also check Hostel World. I've told y'all before that's what I use if I'm looking at hostels. There is a West Side YMCA. YMCA. I like going to YMCA's just because you get access to the exclusive fitness center. You know, they have all those levels, but those reviews are a little sketch. So I don't know if you want to stay the night there. It's a hostel slash YMCA. We are now getting into activities. New York, you're never going to run out of things to do. I love that city so much. It's a lot of bustle, it's just excitement. I love it. Like, it's very international. Sometimes it's a feel like I don't even think I'm in the US sometimes, but it's really amazing. For your first time there, I would recommend a Broadway show. You definitely want to go to Times Square, Central Park, and of course, visit the museums. The museums are top tier. You can go to the Met. You also can go to the 9/11 Museum and Memorial, pay your respects there. And you can even go to see the Statue of Liberty if you have time. All right, these are just a few. New York has so much to do. Cost wise, you can look off Broadway so you can find some shows that are going to be cheaper. I have only seen one show before. It was Chicago. He had it coming. When I went to see Brandy, she was Roxy Hart. It was amazing. This was a while back, you guys. But that's the only time I saw a show. I am going to have to come back and see The Lion King out here. That's bomb, okay? The transportation. This is where some people get frazzled dazzled. They don't even want to attempt the subway and they just Uber Lyft the entire time, or the yellow cabs. But for me, I think you should at least try, especially if you're traveling solo, to tackle the subway. I'm not going to say it's easy to use, but you will feel a sense of accomplishment if you get to your destination. Now, if you're coming from a city in the US that's smaller, you're not familiar with how to use public transportation, it can be a bit much. So let me give you a few tips on how to navigate MTA. First, you're gonna go to the vending machines when you walk into the station and get your MTA Metro card. Okay, they don't accept cash or tokens anymore, so you're gonna need to get your card. Depending on how long you're there, you can get the pass where you get unlimited rides. That would make more sense. Or you just get it the $2.75 fare. Go to this site here and research. All right, just plug in your destination. You can also pull it up on Google when you're in the station, because that really is going to help you so you're just not looking like a fish out of water. People are around, they are happy to help, but it's just so quick. It's a lot of fast movement. You have performers over here. There's also some can be sketchy people, so of course hold your belongings tight. But navigating the subway, you just need to look as if you know what you're doing, even though you're not. Like, half the time I'm always lost. I get confused with directions. I'll be taking the wrong train, but I, just throw myself out there, get my ticket, and really just read the signs. Like, that can help you. With your MTA card, please let those who are accustomed to using the subway go first. You don't want to hold up the line when it says error, try again. You're frustrated, you didn't put it through right, and everybody's just like, this tourist, get on and get on. Just breathe and try again. Usually the New Yorkers will the locals will yell at you, turn it around, you're swiping the wrong way. So that might alarm you a little bit, but hey, they're helping you out. And that shouldn't happen to you the next time. It's gonna, first day, you're probably gonna have some errors, and that's fine. You might even see some people hop over it. I don't recommend that. If you've already paid for your fare, you can swipe it correctly and you should be able to get through. Now, once you're able to pass a turnstile, your next challenge is going to be where you are going. All right, so you're looking for your right train, and you're either going to be going upstairs, downstairs. Of course, do not stand at the edge of the platform, okay? When you are about to get on the train and you're waiting, you want to stay away from the edge of the platform. You don't want to be caught off guard and the train is coming by. Stay back by the wall, and really the people around you, they're not standing on the edge. You shouldn't be either. A few feet back is fine, and as soon as you hear the train moving, you'll see people in the line in the queue. You can line up behind them, or you can start the line yourself in a reasonable amount of time and be on your way. Of course, after you swipe your Metro card at the turnstile, be sure to save your card because you're going to need it to exit the station. The New York City subway system is so vast, it can be very confusing. So you want to try to research it, study it before you embark on your journey so that you can hopefully alleviate some errors. The subway lines are identified by numbers or letters. Pay attention to them and their routes. Let's say if you're leaving your hostel from Times Square, you want to go all the way to see the 9/11 memorial. Well, remember that's way at the bottom of Manhattan, so you wouldn't go where there's an uptown sign because that's not uptown. You're going downtown. And Google Maps, like any of those smartphone apps, they will help you locate the train that you need to take in the direction that you need to be going. And there are peak and off-peak times. If you can try to travel during off-peak time, that could help make your ride a bit smoother. It's going to be less people, less crowds, and you're not going to be as overwhelmed. I'm not going to leave y'all hanging without talking about food. Here are 3 favorites. I'm going to narrow it down to 3 for this video. Okay. Restaurant number 1 is going to be Punjabi Deli. It is a hole in the wall. It's across the street from Cat's Delicatessen. Some of you may be familiar with that if you're looking for pastrami. It's a very popular place. If you look across the street, you're going to see Punjabi Deli. It's an Indian restaurant, very, very delicious. I like to get the vegetarian plate. It's around $9. I get 3 entrees. It comes with rice and it's delicious. I give it 8 out of 10. Sometimes the lunch hour, it's pretty busy. When I went, the food, it seemed like some of it had been sitting a while. It wasn't as warm as I would like it to be. That's why I took off 2 points there. Instead of 10 out of 10, I'm giving it an 8. But it's still very delicious. Vegetarian options. You can get the samosas. And the restaurant is very small. You know how delis are. You just go in, place your order. But I was able to sit in the corner. They had a little stool for me to eat it because I didn't want to carry the food out. I really like food just being hot from the place once I get it. I just need to taste it. I'm a foodie, you know. So you want to look up Punjabi Deli. Next, of course, is going to be classic New York pizza. You can get this really on a lot of corners and it's 99 cents. Some of you may be like, what? $1 pizza? New York is going to have it. It's the city that doesn't sleep. It's open 24/7. This is for cheese. You get you a cheese slice, it's going to be 99 cents. Now, if you want extra toppings, of course, that's going to be a little bit more. I'm not saying the 99 cents pizza is the best in all of New York City. I'm just saying this is one of the stops that I make pretty much every trip. As soon as I touch the road, well, I'm thinking Jamaican terms, not touch the road, but as soon as I touch down into the city, I go straight to one of those corner pizza joints and get me a slice. Like it's affordable, it's filling, it's nicely sized. So you want to try that too. When I left JFK to go to the city real quick to get a bite to eat, and it's the Caribbean food, you guys. Jamaican food is all around New York City. It's and the state of New York. Like it's bomb, delicious, it's filling. The name of this one was G's Homestyle Cooking. Let me make sure this is right. G's Homestyle Cooking in Queens. I always make it a point if I can to go there. I had a flight on Norse. I did not have a meal with my budget flight. So I said, this is the perfect opportunity for me to go into town real quick. Left the airport, went on the air train straight to Jamaica Station. And then from there, I went to G's Homestyle Cooking. I was able to get there in time and then I made it back for my flight. But the food that I got, it's so good. They have the vegetable chunks. You can get your rice and peas. They are a little stingy with the plantain, but I'm not complaining. I had my 2 pieces and ate it in peace. Of course, you can get sorrel, ginger beer, fresh juices. And if you go down a couple doors, you're going to see a Dominican grocery store. I like to go in there too and get my oranges, apples, bananas, whatever fruit that I want to snack on when I'm having that long flight to Europe. So those are my 3 places. Again, any pizza joint, specifically the 99-cent one, Punjabi Deli. Shout out to the YouTuber who told me about this one. And of course, any Jamaican restaurant, go to Google or Happy Cow to see the ratings, but you're going to be in good hands with the Jamaican spots. Now, mind you, sometimes they're going to be out of an item. It could be early in the morning when they open. It is not for you to go back and forth with them why that item is not there. it just isn't there. All right, maybe try another time. Thankfully, when I went, all the food that I wanted was there. It was so filling. Like as soon as I sat down on my plane after boarding and everything, I was knocked out. That's the best way to be when you have a long flight. But yeah, so those are my tips for the food. That's a wrap on our New York City guide. I hope you are able to learn some useful information that will help you in your future trip to New York City. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you give it a like. Go ahead and subscribe. I also have other videos that you can view on the channel. Click here to see them, okay? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.